What are you looking at, butthead?
Alright, so I've been trying to find this movie for a long time. This is Pusher from 1996. I'd always heard really good things about it. It's actually part of a trilogy. First was the first movie in the trilogy, Pusher trilogy, and it's also the first movie directed by Nicholas Winding Refn, most well known for Drive with Ryan Gosling a couple years ago. He also teamed up with him for Only God Forgives last year, which I really liked. I like both those movies a lot. He has a very distinctive style, though. You kind of either love him or you hate him. Very little dialogue, so some people get a little bored with it. Personally, I like him. He also did a movie called Valhalla Rising, like that a lot, and then Bronson with Tom Hardy is amazing. So I've seen almost all of his movies except for this trilogy and some of his his older Danish films. He's from Denmark, so they're kind of hard to find. Finally got to watch this, and this movie revolves around a character named Frank. He's played by an actor named Kim Bodnia. He hadn't really done much else that I had seen, but he is a drug dealer, not a super big time drug dealer, but he sells a lot of heroin, and you just kind of see him in his kind of day-to-day life for a while, selling heroin, hanging out with his buddy. It's played by Mads Mikkelsen. His friend's name, he played Tony. And of course, Mads Mikkelsen kind of gone on to do a lot more. He was Le Chiffre in Casino Royale, and he's also teamed up with Refn later for that Valhalla Rising. He is the main character in that. And more recently, he's been playing Hannibal Lecter in the TV series. It's called Hannibal. I haven't watched it. I heard it's really good. He's a good actor, though. Unfortunately, he's just kind of a sidekick, and he is good in the scenes he's in for a while, but he doesn't make it in all the scenes throughout the whole movie. He becomes kind of a sidebar later. But anyways, we follow Frank. He's trying to deal heroin, and he starts making a couple deals. He meets up with a guy, a Swede, wants to make a big deal. He's going to charge him a bunch of money for this heroin, and the guy wants it. The Swede wants it the next day, though, and so that'd be hard for him to do. But Frank goes to his connection, his boss, where he gets all of his drugs from, and they say they can do it. And the deal goes bad, though, while they're in the car making the exchange. Cops come and bust him, and Frank tries to get away, jumps into a lake, and dumps all of his drugs. And so cops really can't do much. But then his boss, Milo, he wants his money. He says either you got to give me my drugs back or you got to get the money. He obviously doesn't have the drugs, and so now Frank is in for a lot of money. He's in a lot of debt with Milo, and he's not a good guy to be indebted to. So that's what the remainder of the film is: Frank trying to get money together or more drugs to sell, and he doesn't want to get his kneecaps dug out by Radovan, who's kind of Milo's muscle. And so that's pretty much the premise of the movie. He also has like a girlfriend named Vic. There's a lot going on with their relationship, but yeah, not a whole lot to really get into. It's I don't know. I think I kind of had higher expectations for it. I'm giving it a 2.75 out of 5. I think it maybe is a little overrated by some people that I've talked to or critics. Say it's an amazing movie, and it's good. It's a very it's an independent movie. You can tell that it's Refn's first movie. It's very low budget, very independent, just a couple actors, and it's well done in that respect. But overall, it's just not super exciting. Some of it's kind of been done before, unfortunately. I guess it's from '96, so this is kind of around like when Pulp Fiction was coming out, and this is probably, I saw it then, it'd probably be a little more entertaining, but by now it's kind of been done a little bit more and a little bit better, unfortunately, waiting for so long to see it. It is a foreign film. It's from Denmark, so it is in subtitles. If you're not into that, you'll probably not want to read the subtitles the whole time. But even though it wasn't super high on my how I felt about it, I think it was decent, and it'd be interesting to actually see the two other films because, like I said, it's a trilogy, and the next film follows Tony, the Mads Mikkelsen character, and I really liked him in this movie, so I'll probably actually check that out. I might be even more excited for that. And then actually the third movie, I think, follows Radovan, who's the muscle. I believe it might follow him, and I liked his character too, so yeah, I kind of I liked the supporting characters a bit more than I did the main character. Yeah, he's kind of boring. He's not very charismatic or anything. He's just super low key. Just kind of puts his head down and does what he needs to. So I think that kind of might have been a factor why I didn't like it. So I did like the other supporting characters a little bit more. So I'll probably check those out. But if you really want to get into Nicholas Winding Refn's filmography and check out his really early stuff, I'd definitely recommend it. It's worth it for that reason. I guess for movie connections, I was kind of thinking Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels came to mind, Guy Ritchie's first movie. And right there, Lock, Stock is a much, much better film. And that came out 2 years later. That was 98, this was 96. But if you haven't seen that, I'd definitely check Lock, Stock out because that's an awesome movie. And that's, again, it's a crime movie dealing with drugs, and it's like his first independent film. And things that came to mind are just other directors' first movies. A lot of times, directors' first films deal with crime and drug deals for some reason. I thought of Chopper. That was from 2000, but that was Andrew Dominik, who would go on to do Assassination of Jesse James. I really like that movie. Chopper was one of the first movies with Eric Bana as well. Kind of made him a big name in Australia. And then finally there's a movie called Gangster No. 1, and that's from 2000 as well. Similar. I think that kind of has a similar plot about a gangster in England. I've seen most of that, but I don't remember the plot that well. But just kind of those first directors' movies kind of popped into my mind. Definitely check out Lock, Stock, and Chopper if you haven't. Those are really good movies. So yeah, I don't have a sign off for this one, but I'm interested to see the sequels to this actually. So, alright.